Hey y'all, welcome once again to this divine channel of choice for all you single parents out there. As you now know, this channel was created for all you single parents on the importance of practicing self-love, self-care, and self-growth, even as you embark on the challenge of raising your children. My name is Betty, your noble host, reminding all of you to please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and also click on the notification bell for new content. And if you are a single parent out there, whether by choice or by reason of separation, whether by divorce, whether you're widowed, whether you're an ex-partner, pregnant and alone, or even co-parenting, please join this community. All right, single parents out there, I have a message for you. Actually, it's some sort of a question. Somebody asked me a question. They asked, Betty, is it okay if one goes back to their ex-partner? Well, this is a question that we all struggle with. I mean, at one point in our lives, should I go back? Should I not? Should I reconcile? You know, especially when they're the ones who left you, you know, and they're coming back for reconciliation, and you're, every time you're asking yourself a philosophical question, you know that your mind is in doubt, right? So this was my answer to the person who asked me. I said, I don't know about you, but me, I don't think I would. Maybe before, in the beginning, maybe years back, yes, I would. Because I was big on reconciliation, big on love, and I'm still big on love. But I wouldn't want to go back to my past. I wouldn't want to go digging back to my past for a few major reasons. But I will tell you all, dear single parents, once somebody has decided to leave you, once somebody has decided to go on their own way, to separate from you and live your life, and they have stayed on for like maybe a year or 2 or 3, and then they are coming back, how does make it make sense? Why are they coming back? For what reason? And yes, it's good to reconcile. Yes, it's good to forgive, to bury the hatchet as it is, to forgive the past. But why would you go back to the place of pain? Why would you want to go back to the place that broke you? Once somebody decides, I'm leaving you, and you have no choice but to respect their decision, and they were very adamant on leaving, and they were like, I'm not feeling this relationship anymore. And maybe they've gone and they found someone else, right? So why are they coming back, and why would you accept them in your life? I mean, why? It's very disrespectful, I think, for most people who do this. It's very disrespectful that you decide, you've made up your mind, you want to leave someone, and then you're coming back. To do what? What are you coming back to do? Once somebody has left you, you've had the chance to grieve and to accept that the relationship is over. And you've moved on, right? And then when you're on the verge of moving on and finding the meaning in your life again, there they come back, wanting to disrupt you all over again. They want to put you in a cycle once more. And let me tell you, don't ever think that somebody who left you will not do it again. They will do it again and again. You know why? Because they think, well, you have a high tolerance rate of their bullshit. Yes, I said it. They're like, sure, Betty can take my crap any day. So I will come because, well, there's nothing going on for me out there. So let me go back to her for comfort or whatever it is they want. And then I will leave when I find something good. Isn't that what they do, dear single parents? Isn't that what your exes do? When they don't have anything going on for them, all of a sudden they think about you. Yeah, that is what they do. You know why? In their minds, you're not good enough to stay with. In their minds, you're not good enough to be with. That's why they left. And yes, granted, you might have had problems in your relationship. But let me tell you, there is always a solution to any problem. I do believe that when people sit together and they decide that we have to solve this thing, they will. But some people just decide, you know what, I'm going to jump ship and leave. And when the grass is not so green on the other side, then now they want to come back. And you allow it. Most of you allow it. I swear, dear parents, you have to have dignity. You have to have dignity. Show some integrity. I mean, not integrity, but show some dignity. Do not allow somebody who is so unstable to come back into your life. Because somebody who comes in and out of your life is unstable. They don't know what they want. Or they think they can play you. I think I can play Betty. She's naive. She doesn't know anything but me. That's what they tell themselves. I bet you if I go and cry to her and plead with her, please, Betty, let me come back in your life. I'm sorry. If they think they can do that, and you'll be like, okay. After all, I want our family to be together. And then you hold hands and sing Kumbaya. After 2-3 weeks, or maybe a month, if he stays that long, or if she stays that long, they will decide, you know what? I need to go. Yeah, this is not working. And then you're left there broken-hearted all over again. Dear single parent, whenever you listen to me, and this is not just about single parents, even those single ones out there who are always in breakups to makeups. I say you need to leave these people alone. These people have no respect for you. Anyone that is an unstable soul. Even the Bible says, yes, today I'm quoting the Bible. Even the Bible says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. I'm telling you, look it up. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That person will not give you any stability. They will always keep you in confusion because maybe they are also confused, you know? Yes, I'm big on forgiveness. People think I'm harsh. And if I sound harsh, or if I sound too tough, it's because I have learned this lesson the hard way. Yes, a few years back, I was big on forgiveness and big on love and reconciliation. You know, somebody will come and quote the Bible for you and tell you, you know, Jesus said we should forgive. And yes, he did. But there is a limit to what you can take as a human being. There is a limit. You have to have limits. Or people will walk all over you. And you have no energy between taking care of your kids, going to work, and taking care of yourself. What more energy do you have to waste on somebody who is unstable, somebody who walks in and out of your life whenever they feel like it? Whenever things go hard, oh well, I'm out. Whenever they see you progressing in life and they look to check, oh, Betty is doing so well. Oh, let me go back. You know, that person is not, they themselves are not well. Honestly. They're not well. Sorry. I had a friend in college. And yes, I have all these comic stories to share with you all. And let me tell you, I'm not exactly spring chicken. You know, I've lived life. Many, many years of life. Not so many, but yeah, many. And I've seen things and I've heard things. So let me tell you of a story of one of my college buddies way back. Anyway. So they met with this person who became her husband. They met in college. But between the time they met until the time they got married, the drama in between, They almost slashed each other with a machete, whatever you call it. They took each other to the police. So many things happened in between. And every time something happened, just when they had a high moment of happiness, there goes the drama again. And she would come, Betty, this is it. I'm leaving him for good. I'm like, yeah, that's what you always say. I'm leaving for good. Then tomorrow, after you've given her wise counsel, she goes and dumps it in the trash and goes back to that man. And let me tell you, they got married. This was years back, maybe a decade ago. They got married. And let me tell you, this man treated her, even trash is better. I mean, he slandered her name, slept with anyone he could sleep with, trashed her whenever he got the chance. Actually, she lost a baby. You know why? Because he threw her against the wall when she was 3 to 4 months pregnant. Banged her on the wall. She lost the baby. She had to have like extensive surgery, for many things. And then she went back to him again, and he continued. He continued violating her in the worst way, until the time he was so bored with her that he took one of his many conquest girlfriends, and they flew off to South Africa to start a new life. But before he left, he had the chance to let everybody know that he had married a stupid woman, a useless woman. In fact, he had gone to his local church to announce that he's left her because she's a no good wife. Yes. And when he left, she called me. Betty, this man has left me. But Jesus is Lord. Hallelujah. I am going to pray for his comeback. Oh God. I said, okay. I mean, it's your life. Okay, no problem. Do you? So she waited. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. On the 5th year, imagine she waited. I was shocked because I don't think I have that energy, but she waited. He came back, and you know what he told her? Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. I don't know what got over me. I don't know what got over me, but by God, forgive me. And she was like, oh, yes, baby. I forgive you because Jesus said we should forgive one another. And I think I lost touch with them. I don't know what happened after that, honestly. But I don't think you can, as a human being, with the logic and all, I don't think you can find relief in a place that broke you. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't believe so. Because whenever you go back to that place that broke you, whenever you revisit that place, honestly, you will suffer another heartbreak, and the pain will be much worse than it was before. That's what I believe. I have seen so many people out here. They tell me I cannot live without him. And I always tell them, you know what? Do what you must. Do what you can for yourself. If you think going back is what will give you a peace of mind, then by all means go. I never discourage anyone to go back. But I know in a short while they will be back to tell me of the gory stories of how the man left again. He just left. He just left me. Or she just left me. Yes, even men suffer too. She just left. I gave her another chance. We sat down. We even called our pastor. He prayed for us. Yes, the pastor can pray for you, but has this person changed? Have they seen the error in their ways? And let me tell you, people, there are always successful stories. There are always success stories, but there are not many. There are not many. I want you, dear single parents out there, and whoever who is listening to me, you might be a single in a breakups to make up relationship. You know those relationships that today we've made up, tomorrow we've broken up, then we are made up again, then now we are broken again. Those things, those relationships can do a number on you, on your psychology. Don't romanticize those kind of relationships. Be somebody who is always using logic and say, okay, this person has come back. What if they leave? What do I do then? When, you have to be very logical, mind over matter when it comes to situations like this. Don't give your heart all again, only for it to be broken. There's some people who are experts in breaking people's hearts. And I just need all you parents to be mindful. Imagine you have your children to care for. Imagine another heartbreak. You might not take it the next time. The first one, you survived. But the second one, it might take you out. And people joke with heartbreaks. Your heart literally wants to fail. That's why they call it heartbreak. It's almost a heart failure. And you want to experience that every time you go back there. Every time you go back to that, but you want to experience that. Why don't you have mercy on yourself? Sometimes you're like, no, I can't put myself through that again. If somebody wants to co-parent with you, yes, by all means, be cordial about it. But use your logic. Don't put your heart in it. Once somebody has demonstrated that they can leave you at the drop of a hat, please take them for it. Don't be swayed by their words. If their actions are that they are easy to leave you, then take them by their actions, not by their words. Dear parent, and besides, there are so many people in your future you are about to meet. So why get stuck in your past? I will repeat this for all you dear parents out there. Please, I beg you in the name of God, don't go back to that place that broke you. You might not survive another heartbreak. You might not survive, and your children need you. I say this because of your children, of yourself, and of your future. They matter. Let nobody come to put confusion on your head. Let them just, if they walked away and you had the chance to heal yourself, please don't go back to that entanglement again. Because you might just be roped in that you'll never come out. And when you come out, maybe you will come out dead. Or worse, depressed. Or worse, psychologically damaged. I promise you, dear single parent, when somebody comes back into your life, always think first about yourself. It is not selfish to think first about yourself. Ask yourself, is this really what I want? Is this good for me? Because maybe their going was your blessing. Maybe their leaving you was your blessing to grow. Have people ever left your life and you begin to grow? You need to evaluate these things. It's mind over matter. Otherwise, your heart cannot take another heartbreak. At least after 40. After 40, it's just heart failure. I'm telling you. You're paying for a heart failure. So, dear parents, know your worth. There are so many people out there in your future who want to be your friend, who want to be your partner in life, who want to have a good, beautiful relationship with you. And let me tell you, God is always faithful to give you. Let me tell you, if you have been faithful and walking with God, God will not give you a karmic. Never, ever. He will not allow anyone to mess with you. He won't. They will be coming, and before they reach you, He will just dissolve them. You know, God will not allow you to have another unstable soul to break your heart. If you walk with Him, if you put your trust in Him, that He is able to give you a partner who will care for you. And it's not about even, you might not even want a partner anyway. You might be like in your golden years, and you're like, you know what, I just want peace. And whatever it is you ask for, God will grant you. He will. But I promise you, if you walk with Him, if you trust Him, He will not give you an unstable soul. Never. Because He wants you grounded. He wants you stable. He wants you in a loving, committed relationships. Maybe the first one you gave yourself, and that's why it didn't work out. But if you allow God to walk you through the process, and you know God's processes are hard. They are hard. You have to wait. But patience is key. Patience is needed for any type of growth, dear parents. Listen to me again. Don't go back to that place that broke you. Don't go back to that place that broke you. Do not go back to that place that broke you. That place, you will not find relief in that place. You will not. You will not. That's why God gives you new beginnings. He's big on new beginnings. Honestly, He is. He is. He's always thinking of something new to give you. Something refreshing. It's always fresh with God. It's always new with God. Unless it is your destiny to go back now and preach to the others and give a testimony of how you overcame. Yes, then He'll allow you to go back. But only after you have healed. Okay, dear parent. And let me tell you, maybe you are eager to have a relationship. And we are all human beings. We desire to be in relationships. But if you've had a failed relationship, it's always good to just take a step back and examine yourself and ask yourself, where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? What did I do? Or what should I do when next I am in one? And that is about self-growth. You grow from there. But do not think that when you go back. Look, even Lot's wife was told by the angel. Lot and his wife and his daughters, they were told, Sodom is burning. But Abraham has prayed for you guys to live because you are of righteous souls. Now, go and not look back. Because Sodom was burning, because God had already passed His judgment. And they had to go and not look back. And the angels literally swept them off their feet because Lot was having so many excuses. Like, why? In my home. You see? And God was saying, look, I want to rescue you. Lot, I want to rescue you and your family. Nobody else is going to be rescued because Abraham has already prayed for you. And I've given my servant my word that I will rescue you. And so that's why I sent the angels. And the angels were rushing them out of Sodom. And they rushed. Because imagine, Lot did not want to go. Go and read that place in Genesis. Lot did not want to go. And so the wife looked back. Because one of the commands they were given not to look back. And what do you know? She turned into a pillar of salt. And Lot had just to go without her. Because what will he have done? Will he have collected this? I mean, it's this. Just put yourself in those shoes in your current situation. What happens when you look back? What happens when you go back? What happens? What happens to you? What happens to your children? What happens to your future? Let me tell you. Learn to value your future more than your past. Learn to value your future more than your past. Stop crying over people who have left you. They can come. You can have a cordial conversation. You can tell them, look, I appreciate that you are back, but I've moved on, and you need to respect that I have moved on, and you need to move on too. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say. And they have to respect you. They have no choice but to respect you. If you have to co-parent on those terms. You have to co-parent on those terms, because there are people, you can't just leave your kids. I'm leaving. You know? Co-parent on the terms of, we are never coming back. I've moved on. These kids, until they are at the age of accountability, we are going to do what we can for them, their best, the very best. But as for me and you, nothing. And if you're single, this doesn't have to be necessarily about parenting. If you're single, you just tell that person who is unstable in your life, I cannot do this anymore with you. I can't. I love you, and God knows I do. But I cannot. For my sake, for the sake of my stability, I can't. And then you move on. Because what will they do? Although some are psychopaths, they'll come for you. But let me tell you, once you tell someone, don't be afraid of psychopaths. They can only mess with you when you're not in knowledge of who they are. But once you know who they are, you know, a snake that already, if you have a knowledge of a snake that is there, it can't bite you. But once you don't know that it's a snake, that's when it comes for you, right? So, dear single parents, please don't go to the place that broke you. Don't look into your past like Lot's wife and turn into salt. Move into your future, into your blessed future. So, to all my single parents, I do hope and pray that this message has been helpful to you in various ways. May the good Lord bless you, may He keep you, and may He make His face to shine on you always. Until then, this is Betty wishing you a blessed day. Amen.